Hello everyone, this is Rosemary and this is a journal I've been working on. The title is Notes, Musings, and Observation. You can see here's a girl with butterfly wings, and the cover, the background really was a card. And here is a fabric tassel I made this weekend. I have a junk journal group, and I decided we would try our hand at making these fabric tassels. And this was the book available, and I made it, and lo and behold, I think this tassel just belongs with this cover and this girl with this garden. It's a Tracie Fox style with one of these clips that, you know, how you can lift them up, the ends up. I think you recognize the style, which allows you to put a tassel in when maybe you didn't really intend to, much like I did. So this is the cover. I just think it's a fun title. There's some flowers, a doily, a book page, and this tag back here is replace fear of the unknown with curiosity. So I think that kind of sets the tone for this book. And there's the pocket. I didn't cut off the back, I just made it into a pocket. This was a Reader's Digest book, and I kept the original cover. I like that. This kind of a green with the gold dots. This lace is like elastic lace, and it has sequins, and it just matches, it dresses up the cover and makes it kind of pop a little. So again, my covers are always the biggest challenge for me. So after a lot of consultation with my junk journal group, this is what I came up with. I think I've mentioned this. My elastic has 2 eyelets, and I think I like that style because it allows the elastic to move a little bit freer. So here we go. I also watched a video by Artymaze where she was showing us a pocket with 1, 2, 3, I guess 3 pockets in a pocket. And hers was 5 by 7.5. I reduced the size to fit this book a little bit more comfortably to 4 by 6. So here's let's see, oh yeah, and I could put something back here. So I might put another tag right back here. So there's one tag there. Here's a journaling card, and here are 2 small tags that go into this tag, into this pocket. I think something about a loaded pocket. That's what the title was. So any case, I know I've seen several videos, but the one that inspired me was from Artymaze. There's some scrapbook paper with some lace at the bottom. And this is a Martha Stewart punch. I think you recognize that. And this is just a little tag that I made from an index card with some leftover napkin. You see my edging with the scallops. And this was, I decided to put this daffodil little journaling card because of the daffodil pocket here. Sometimes I see I napkin decoupage on cardstock, and then I score a 1/2 inch to make a pocket, and that's what I did here. And it's over a lightly gessoed page, book page. This is a tag of Oregon grape plant, I guess, and it was a card, and I just used the die cut. So it is a wonderfully large tag to add more journaling space. This is why I wanted the book page. This came from a book, The Trumpet, The Swan and the Trumpet, and it had wonderful illustrations. So, and I guess at the time I started this journal, I wanted this first sentence to appear rather clearly. The pond Sam had discovered on the spring morning was seldom visited by any human being. So I don't know, maybe I started around spring. And I've had a lot of projects in between. In this journal, I kind of used a lot of stamping and napkin decoupage, kind of they complement each other to decorate the pages. My coffee stain, I love to put a little bit of a red food dye into my coffee when I stain them, and it gives it this wonderful kind of pinkish tinge to the coffee staining. Here, this has a flap. There's, you see my napkin decoupage. And right there with the flip. If you saw my previous video where I talk about notepads, I love to use notepads in my journals, and this journal is full of those pages. Here you see the hinge and how I decorated it. This is some accounting paper with some, these are bits and pieces of napkin that I had left over, and so don't throw them away, just add them to the top, the bottom of your page, which they just really help the page along. This is another example right there. I thought the accounting paper just needed a little something at the top because I had done this first and it looked kind of bare. This is also a paper pad. The hinge was just some of this paper because it was a little too wide. I saw a video, I think Twins 2, and I can't remember her name. I saw her video on guest checks, collages, and I had my aha moment. And so here I'm using a Tim Holtz couple. I put butterfly wings on my people, and then I sewed around it. There's doily, there's napkin, book pages, and some lace. Right behind are these tags that I found at a thrift store. And so you have plenty of journaling space even though this page is decorated. And so again, the stamping, graphic 45 stamps with some napkin. Here on this music, this was the outside of some product, and I really like the edging, and so I made it into a pocket. And it is, you see the packaging right there, a flower, 2 flower die cuts, a little bit of lace, and so the two, they make a wonderful pocket. I collaged a little, and here are the 2 tags that go with that in front of the music paper. The music paper has a napkin decoupage there. This is a notepad with some napkin decoupaging. You can see it, a personal note. This is a stamp page I received in a swap, and I added the napkin decoupage to this. This is the center of the first signature. This journal has 3 signatures, and when I buy napkins, they're always my favorites. And I really like this one because of the butterfly. It looks like violets. This is again a stamped image from Graphic 45. And so it goes back there. And this pocket is actually a double pocket. The butterfly forms one pocket right there. And this right here is a napkin decoupage. And there it goes into the second pocket right there. Excuse me. A little tuck right there, a piece of napkin, some lace there. This is also paper pad for the earth puts forth sweet flowers. And then I put just a little bit of napkin right there because it already had some flowers. And again, more napkin. I talked about how I make my pockets from the napkin decoupage, and sometimes some of these napkins just call for it. Here is some stamping I did, and it's the idea right on. Again, this is the other half of that paper, that part of a product with a double pocket. And there you see how, again, I used it. And here's the Graphic 45 stamping. Happy hearts and happy faces, happy play in grassy places. I guess this is a very summery kind of journal. And this was from an advertisement my mother gave me. And I made a lot of these pockets. My garden is my quiet retreat, my refuge from the world. And because it had a gash cut off there, I made a pocket for this little tag. And right behind it is another one. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. So, and again, paper pad, accounting paper, paper pad, and just coffee stain. And some of these pages, this journal had a mind of its own, and I just left a lot of pages blank because I just thought it worked well. This is the napkin decoupage, the book that's been lightly gessoed. Here's the illustration why I put that page in. This is a flip with some stamping there. It forms a wonderful overall page right there. This was a butterfly that I messed up on, so I had a duplicate and I put it right over it. It looks like a black butterfly, so it's kind of weird. Maybe it needs a little bit of gold on it. Here are some blank pages, and I left them intentionally blank for the owner to do whatever they want to do on this. That's what these pages seem to be calling for. This is a flap right at the top. And here's another one of these large tags made from greeting cards. And this is a pink hibiscus. And in they go. This background paper was from a C's wrapping, you know, on the outside of the candy box. And I thought it was a little too slick to write on, so I covered it with some primary writing paper, and then added some napkin decoupage right there. And this is some iron-on embroidery, if you remember those. I gave it to my mom, she gave it back to me, and now it's found a place in a journal. Here's a doily. This was gifted to me, and I thought it was just interesting paper. The center, as I've said before, I like to use my Martha Stewart punch right there, and I like to leave them blank for just opportunities. A big spread. This is a small little booklet, and I don't know how, I don't know, it got watercolored somehow, and it has some little papers, and since it didn't have any pocket, I thought a good place would be just right there. And you could use it as a marker. And oops, there you see the back. And some more iron-on paper. Here you see where I did some sewing. And again, that's the other side of the flip. There's a giant tag right here for more journaling. And this is a top-loading pocket right up there with two butterflies, the large and the small version of the napkin. Again, the napkin and the stamping. This is a small little flap right here. This came from a magazine. This is a tag I was gifted to in a swap. Some stamping there. They are from the same stamp group. And this is a mini little collage. This is what she looks like, just like that. This page could just stand as it is, but I put a large tag, and here it says, there is beauty in simplicity. And with that sentiment, I left the rest of the tag blank, and so it goes right back here. This is a tiny little tag I made, as you can see, with a book page and some leftover napkin. And down here at the very bottom, there's a tiny little tuck spot, so I can tuck my two tags in there right behind the little butterfly girl that says devoted. And then the stamping, napkin, some washi tape, and this is also a paper pad. As you can see, appointments, another paper pad. This is some, again, some stamping and napkin. I love this. Of course, I love all my napkins if I put them in a journal. But this looks so pretty. This is a napkin decoupage. Here is the collage over a guest check, or is it a dictionary page? In any case, I added butterfly wings to all my little paper dolls. It says, live your dream with passion. And every time I see this little paper doll, that's how I feel about that little girl. So that's the tag that goes there. Some graphic 45 stamping. This is a fun I was gifted this in a swap. This is one of my favorite techniques. Is I like to lightly gesso on a book page, and then I napkin decoupage. Doesn't that just look really pretty? And I like this little fox. That's why I wanted the book page. And here, notepad. Left it plain on purpose. The center of the third signature. And there you see it's kind of the same as the other napkin. This is all the little butterflies there. So I think it just looks very pretty. A bird, just napkin decoupage on this page. It's a napkin. Paper pad. The book page with, again, you know what. And I love this little illustration with the swans. I talked about this paper. I stamped "Nature never did betray the heart that loved her." A little bit of napkin, a little butterfly up there. And here's one of those flips. There's another one of my favorite napkins. You're going to say they're all your favorites. Yes, they are. And here are 3 tags. This one I left plain. Journaling card I was gifted. Free spirit. Some stamps. And some napkin decoupaging right there. I just love those carnations. And pad, paper pad. And this is a flip that opens up. As you can see, stamping and napkin decoupage really are so complementary to each other. This is the little boy guest check collage. And I did him all in blue. And his little tag there. And he was accompanied by this blue napkin decoupage right here. And this is a flip, a lot of space. This is a fun tag right there. This is a pocket. And it goes, "If there comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart, I'll stay there forever." And here's the other half right there. This is actually a piece from a napkin, no, a magazine, and it has its tag. This is plain on purpose. And we come to the last page right there, and here is the pocket. This is what the front looked like. I napkin decoupaged it with some light stamping. And here are 3 tags you could add to your journal. This journal has a detached spine. This is what it looks like right there. And what this allows you to do is to open your book. Right here we are at the very end of the book. And look at how that ease that you have. Here's the middle of the book, which allows you to really open it and journal. So this is the advantage of a detached spine that you can see right here. There are 3 signatures with 52 pages. So if you count the front and the back, it really is 104 sides. There are 37 tags of varying sizes. And it is just a very happy journal for the summer, person who likes to garden or just wants to take notes, record their musings and observations. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.